अभी तो शुरुआत हुई है. But congratulations to the makers of Kashmir Files, Vivek Agnihotri and Anupam Kherji, who you just now interviewed, for making it to the eligibility list at the Oscars. Well done. And the same Kashmir Files was labeled vulgar propaganda barely a few weeks ago. Why? Because it depicted truthfully and unapologetically, that's the word, unapologetically, the Kashmiri Hindu genocide. Had it instead shown 500,000 Kashmiri Muslims being raped, murdered, and ethnically cleansed by their Hindu friends and neighbors, the same film would have been hailed as a cinematic masterpiece. To call the Kashmir Files vulgar propaganda was not only misplaced, Navika, it was an insult to 500,000 Kashmiri Hindu victims. Yes, art is subjective. It may not appeal to every sensibility, and of course, one is perfectly justified in critiquing, even outraging at a film's technical, cinematic, directorial handling of a subject or narrative. But to broad brush a film depicting a genocide as vulgar propaganda is, well, vulgar propaganda. But then you are commenting, aren't you, on the story that is based on a fact of a genocide. Would you call Schindler's List or Pianist or Europa or Pawnbroker or Sophie's Choice vulgar propaganda? Will you? And in the case of Kashmir Files, the film has come after 3 years of painstaking research encompassing more than 700 videographed victim testimonies. Some of them I've seen myself. Do the terror apologists and its haters know about the Nadimat massacre that Kashmir Files truthfully depicts, where 23 unsuspecting Kashmiri Hindus were lined up on March 23rd and shot point blank? Do they know about Girija Tiku that Kashmir Files truthfully depicts, who was raped and cleaved into two by a mechanical saw while she was still alive on June 25th? Do they know about BK Ganju that Kashmir Files truthfully depicts, who hid inside a rice barrel when jihadis came looking for him on March 17th after his Muslim neighbor informed on him? Ganju was shot dead. Rice laced with his blood was fed to his wife. Do they know about the slogans raised on mosques on Jan 19th, Ralif, Salif, Galif, deaths to Kafirs, Pandit, leave your women behind, Nizam-e-Mustafa? And what's this other side of genocide that they want also to be shown? That Yasin Malik, assassin of Squadron Leader Khanna, loved Dam Aloo. That Bitta karate killer of 42 Pandits was the son of a shawl weaver. Navika, just 30 seconds. The Kashmir Files is a mirror. For the victims, it reflects truth. For the perpetrators, it reflects guilt. And sadly, we live in a nation where you possess neither a shadow or a reflection if you're a Kashmiri Hindu. We live in a nation, Navika, that waits for death to rid us of our remembrances. Kashmir Files changed that to an extent, and that is why it has rattled so many. Today, in a small measure, very small measure, its makers stand vindicated.